I'm here to tell you a bit about my story and my experiences with homelessness and how the YMCA have helped me through difficult times. First of all, I'm going to talk about where my situation of being homeless started. Myself and my partner were both in difficult times of need due to being made homeless after leaving our accommodation at a mutual friend's house. We then found ourselves in a predicament where we had nowhere to stay and no income. After a few days had passed, I came into contact with an old friend who was willing to try and help provide as much stability as they possibly could and try and help me and my partner find somewhere to stay until we was on our feet. Fortunately at the time, a friend had a car that was not being used due to manual problems such as a faulty engine. At the time, because of the faults of the car, we were not able to use the heating or stay warm, and we spent 3 months cramped in a Ford Ka in the winter with all of our belongings. These belongings eventually became mouldy due to cold and damp. This resulted us in having to dispose of our belongings, leaving us with minimal clothing to keep us warm. We also experienced a lack of hygiene, causing us both to become ill due to exposure of harsh environments. We struggled to find money for food, sometimes going days at a time without food and clean consumable water. If we were lucky enough to have a small amount of food, I would always make sure my partner would eat because my main priority was to keep her safe as much as I could in our bad situation. We continuously tried to seek help from Peterborough City Council, where we were told we were not a priority and were not vulnerable enough in a situation for them to provide us with accommodation. On a number of occasions, the council themselves and the police came to the car where we were staying and told us we couldn't stay there and still continued to refuse to help us with accommodation. Whilst living in the car, I came into contact with the BBC News reporter who happened to be reporting about homelessness in our community. We asked if we could explain our situation to them, which led to our circumstances becoming a matter of the public eye after being shown on BBC News. From then, we came into contact with the YMCA, who offered us both an interview in order to accommodate us with us a place to stay. We were contacted by the YMCA a couple of days with the good news that we had both been offered a room in their facility. From then on, the YMCA provided us the help and support we both needed as we had fallen into a deep state of depression. The YMCA enabled us to become more confident in ourselves, eventually helping us to feel that we were able to apply for jobs and get back into work. They provide us with a warm place to stay, which has stability and safety in all aspects. Without the help from the YMCA, we would probably still be living in these harsh conditions, if not worse, potentially leaving one of us homeless. Myself and Mika, my partner, cannot thank the YMCA enough for all the support that they have given us. Thank you for listening to my story.